morning, I'm Agustín Zepeda for NewZtar Intelligence. Here is your global briefing for Friday, May 29, 2026. President Trump says he will make a final determination within hours on a preliminary peace deal with Iran. Vice President Vance confirms significant progress has been made on nuclear program constraints and Persian Gulf security arrangements. Iranian sources dispute Trump's characterization of the terms, particularly regarding the Strait of Hormuz and uranium enrichment levels. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media presents negotiations as progressing toward agreement, while Indian media citing Iranian sources disputes specific claims about the Strait of Hormuz and nuclear provisions. Chinese and Russian state media provide almost no coverage, a notable omission given the geopolitical implications. Fox News and Dominion voting systems have reached a settlement in their defamation case. Fox issued a statement acknowledging that some on-air claims about Dominion voting systems were false. 20 specific broadcasts and tweets were identified as defamatory, while Dominion maintains pending lawsuits against Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell. But here is where the coverage diverges. American center-left media provides extensive documentation of 20 specific broadcasts, while Fox News itself shows zero coverage of its own settlement in available headlines. European, Russian, and Chinese media give this story minimal to no attention, despite its significance for press freedom debates. A Russian drone has struck a residential block in Romania, marking the first confirmed Russian strike on NATO territory in the current conflict phase. NATO and the European Union have issued formal condemnations. Romania's foreign minister stated this is the full responsibility of the Russian Federation. But here is where the coverage diverges. European outlets treat this as a major escalation requiring immediate alliance response, while American media gives it minimal prominence despite NATO treaty obligations. Russian state media provides absolutely no acknowledgement that the incident occurred. Israeli military forces have advanced across Lebanon's Litani River, expanding ground operations beyond previous boundaries. The move comes amid ongoing regional tensions and draws international concern. Details about the scale of the operation and objectives remain limited across media sources. But here is where the coverage diverges. Middle Eastern media frames this as a major escalation threatening regional stability, while American and European outlets provide minimal detail and restrained tone. Chinese and Russian state media coverage focuses on Western hypocrisy regarding territorial sovereignty. At Asia's Defense Summit, questions are emerging about American commitment to the region amid competing Middle East and European crises. Allied nations are reportedly seeking clarification on U.S. security guarantees. The concerns come as Washington focuses diplomatic and military resources on Iran negotiations and NATO's eastern flank. But here is where the coverage diverges. Asian media and regional outlets report serious concern from allied nations about American reliability, while U.S. media downplays the significance and frames it as routine alliance management. Chinese state media amplifies the doubts as evidence of declining American power. Global energy markets are already reacting to news of a potential US-Iran peace deal. Crude oil futures show volatility as traders anticipate possible Iranian oil returning to international markets. Energy analysts project potential price shifts could affect global inflation trajectories and consumer costs. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media emphasizes potential consumer benefits from lower gas prices, while Middle Eastern outlets focus on market disruption and impacts on Gulf state oil revenues. European coverage centers on reduced energy dependence on Russia as an alternative supplier. That is your NewZtar Intelligence briefing for Friday, May 29, 2026. News in every angle, every morning. I'm Agustín Zepeda. Stay informed.